Holy mother-forking shirt balls.
What?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most jaw-dropping scenes in TV comedies since the year 2000. So heads up, there are a lot of spoilers up ahead.
My keys. Where are my keys?
Mom.
Oh my God.
Mom?
Number 10, Mato is arrested by ICE, Superstore. Most of the time, the employees of Cloud9 handle hardship with well-timed quips and deep belly laughs. But when ICE shows up asking for their undocumented colleague Mato, it's no laughing matter.
Oh my God. I gotta go.
For what it's worth, Cloud9 gets the whole payroll and even some customers on board for a convoluted getaway scheme.
Yeah, act natural.
I'm trying to, but I forgot how to walk.
Oh, and now I forget. I think we're doing it right.
It's an uplifting gesture and all, but in the end, that's all it is. If anything, the staff's efforts just make Mateo's inevitable fate even more heartbreaking. Superstore is supposed to be a comedy, so it's really saying something that this episode doesn't close with a punchline. It ends with cold, bitter defeat.
What do we do now?
I mean, we have to fight this.
How?
No idea.
Number 9, Jodys overdose, Mom. In one soul-crushing phone call, Mom went from a dark comedy to just plain dark.
I don't understand. Where's Jody?
Even though it's centered on an AA group, the show always portrayed its characters with wit, heart, and most importantly, hope. But then, Christy got the call. One of their colleagues, Jody, had died of an overdose.
She's gone.
There's no warning, no fanfare, and no goodbye. In fact, the moment hits so abruptly, you'll want to break down right alongside Christy and the others. In retrospect, Jody's death is necessary for Mom to showcase the very real stakes behind substance use disorder. But that doesn't make it any easier to stomach at the moment.
Where's Jody? She couldn't make it. Oh, that's a shame. When you talk to her, give her my love.
Number 8, the Johnson family confronts police brutality, Blackish. From the visceral news report that opens the episode, it's clear this isn't your average installment of Blackish. After all, it's one thing to be political, and another to deconstruct the generational ramifications of police brutality.
Police beating up on an unarmed black man? That's a story I've been hearing all my life.
Yeah. Coate says that the violence and police brutality isn't new. It's just that the cameras are.
But rest assured, it's handled with all the deftness and class you'd expect from Blackish.
I don't understand. Yeah, how did this happen?
While each of the Johnsons gets time to offer their unique perspective, the sharp writing never leans into PSA territory. On the contrary, Blackish delivers a frank examination of the issue that's both entertaining and insightful to the very end.
Don't you get it, Bo? The system is rigged against us.
Maybe it is, Dre. But I don't want to feel like my kids are living in a world that is so flawed that they can't have any hope.
This episode isn't an easy watch by any means, but that is precisely why it should be mandatory viewing.
As a parent, it's hope that we pray we can pass to our children. But sometimes, it's your children that give you hope.
Number 7, Howard's mom dies, The Big Bang Theory. Never seen, but often heard, Debbie Walowitz's signature New Jersey accent earned her a place in the Hall of Fame for sitcom moms.
Howard, it's the phone!
I know it's the phone, Ma. I hear the phone!
Well, who's calling at this ungodly hour?
So, when the voice behind the character, Carol Ann Susi, passed away in 2014, the show gave Mrs. Wolowitz an unforgettable farewell.
That was my aunt. Ma took a nap. She never woke up.
Coming at the tail end of an otherwise innocuous episode, the news of her passing shakes the characters to their core. The fact that even Sheldon Cooper offers his condolences should tell you everything you need to know.
When I lost my own father, I didn't have any friends to help me through it. You do.
Since The Big Bang Theory isn't traditionally known for its dramatic heft, this moment feels appropriately moving, especially considering the real-world loss behind the scenes.
To Mrs. Wolowitz, loving mother, to all of us. We'll miss you.
Number 6. Rosa responds to an active shooter. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. As a feel-good workplace comedy, the 99th Precinct doesn't usually deal with the grittier side of police work. Emphasis on usually.
What's going on?
There's an active shooter in a hotel in Brooklyn Heights.
Requesting additional units per dispatcher.
That all changes when Rosa Diaz responds to an active shooter situation. It's a stark reminder that despite their penchant for hijinks, these lovable characters are still cops.
Diaz 3118, show me going.
Diaz? Rosa Diaz?
That's her badge number.
Then, as if the life or death situation isn't stressful enough, the rest of the 9-9 can't do anything to help their friend. Much like the audience, they are stuck following the reports and hoping for good news.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Wait, what? Is anybody hurt? Oh, man.
Thankfully, Rosa makes it back to the precinct without so much as a scratch on her. But our blood pressure is a different story.
It's been a really tough day. I just want to get a beer. I don't feel like getting into it.
Are you sure? Because the journey I went on today taught me that sometimes it's best to talk about things.
Jake.
Right, it was a stupid idea and Holt told me to do it, so let's just go get a drink and sit in total silence.
Perfect.
Number 5. Ben's dead. Scrubs. Physician or not, Dr. Cox doesn't handle loss particularly well. This time, though, he has a personal grief counselor in the form of his friend Ben.
You have to forgive yourself for everything that went down the other day.
The catch? Ben is actually the person Cox is mourning. The cancer patient dies earlier in the episode, and in a serious bout of denial, Dr. Cox unconsciously keeps him alive in his head. While Scrubs' take on the sixth sense is certainly worth a few shocked reactions, what really stands out is its tender exploration of grief, both in and out of the operating room.
Where do you think we are?
Just like Cox remembers Ben, that scene in the cemetery is bound to stay with you long after the credits roll.
But in the end, the most important thing to accept is that no matter how alone you feel, how painful it may be, with the help of those around you, you'll get through this too.
Number 4. Michael leaves Scranton. The Office. Say what you will about Michael Scott, but he lives and breathes Dunder Mifflin.
I bought this for myself. And yesterday, they gave me this.
Still, when actor Steve Carell wanted to pursue other opportunities, the series had no choice but to do the unthinkable: let Michael leave the office, both the show and the actual building. While the sitcom always thrived upon its fantastic ensemble, there's no denying everything that Michael's dim-witted leadership brought to the table.
Wow, so that's it, huh? Just 4 o'clock and you are gone for good.
Why am I so sad? Am I doing the wrong thing?
As a result, his unprecedented goodbye left many fans wondering whether there would even be a show without him.
See you tomorrow, boss.
The answer was yes. 2 more seasons, actually. But honestly, most of that was spent letting the shock of Michael's exit wear off.
Well, I guess this is it. Hey, will you guys let me know if this ever airs?
Number 3. Saying goodbye to John Ritter. 8 Simple Rules. Dealing with a high-profile cast departure is never easy, let alone when that cast member is John Ritter, who had recently passed away.
Yeah, this is Mrs. Hennessy.
The task was so daunting that 8 Simple Rules dedicated an entire hour-long episode to burying the Hennessy patriarch. Fittingly titled Goodbye, the brazen special broadcast almost feels like an affectionate memorial service. It's tragic, slow-moving, and astonishingly honest.
Last words I said to Dad was, "I hate you." He wouldn't let me borrow a stupid car, and I said, "I hate you."
But that's also the whole point. By refusing to sugarcoat the realities of losing a family member, 8 Simple Rules let its cast, crew, and viewers all mourn Ritter together.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, not really.
As a whole, this 2-parter is a bold piece of television that did right by its leading man. Number 2. This is The Bad Place, The Good Place.
Wow. Okay.
You'd be forgiven for assuming that The Good Place takes place in, well, The Good Place. The characters refer to it as such throughout the whole first season. And, you know, it's literally in the name. But as it turns out, that was all a charade to set up the plot twist to end all plot twists. Eleanor says it best herself. This isn't The Good Place at all. This is The Bad Place.
They're never gonna call a train to take us to the bad place. They can't.
because we're already here.
Cue the gasps, the jaw drops, the social media frenzy. Everything. Yeah, you could say it took people by surprise.
No, this doesn't make any sense. This is paradise.
Oh, it looks like paradise, but it's actually a filthy dumpster full of our worst anxieties.
This bombshell of a revelation took 13 episodes to set up, but trust us, it was worth every single minute.
You know what, bro? Do your worst. We figured it out once, we can do it again. Because you know what, Michael? Ya basic.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Maud Flanders Dies, The Simpsons. Even though the episode aired in 2000, we're still not over the death of Ned Flanders' wife.
Just keep replaying the whole thing in my head. I can't believe my last words to Maud were no footlongs.
Monica's Infertility, Friends. Monica and Chandler's dream of having kids takes a heart-wrenching detour.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Terry is racially profiled, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Despite being a sergeant, Terry is nearly arrested because of the color of his skin.
Oh, so this is all my fault?
I'm not apologizing for doing my job.
That's not the job, man.
That's so racist. That's so Raven. We did not expect a show about a teen psychic to tackle racism.
There's gotta be some reason why you didn't get that job.
The truth is, I don't hire black people.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Mother is Dead, How I Met Your Mother. For 9 years, How I Met Your Mother assured audiences it would deliver on the promise of its title. And technically it did, just with a massive asterisk attached.
You see, kids, right from the moment I met your mom, I knew I have to love this woman as much as I can, for as long as I can, and I can never stop loving her, not even for a second.
See, in the finale, we learned Ted isn't just recounting his relationship with Tracy for old time's sake. He's doing it because his wife isn't around anymore to say it herself.
Hi.
After over 200 episodes, this 11th hour twist completely recontextualized the entire series. Though, to be fair, this is the same show that wowed viewers with the surprise death of Marshall's dad back in season 6.
Something's happened. Your father, he had a heart attack.
Clearly, gasp-worthy twists are just How I Met Your Mother's thing.
And that, kids, is How I Met Your Mother.
What sitcom moment left you reeling? Let us know in the comments.
Kind of feel like I'm lurking. Gina, get in here.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.